the preseason. I heard about this Global Clan Zhao team because I had some friends who were trying out for it, so I knew that that existed. Which I'll briefly introduce. It's kind of a if people remember, like the Quake group. It's definitely mostly Quake folks with like tiny Minaj Moose. Aimer is here, aliased now as Robotnik, and Fancy Sun's on the team, and then Dinko going to be filling out for Med as well.
Wait, they have. I didn't realize that they switched a lot of people around in terms of the roster that they did. I'm actually really interested about the whole like the soar team, like the soar Pablo Zam team that kind of came to fruition. I did
been around
not
the Advanced
expect this.
level for a decent amount of
I
time,
would not have
and so
expected
has
these group of players to actually be playing with one
Alex,
another.
Murray, and Mild. Although
Yeah, let alone with the
normally
name
we see Murray on Scout, so I'm
Anglerfish
a little
Holdings,
surprised on
which
Medic, but
I don't know what the
well.
story is there. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Like a few minutes ago, I was saying, like, as I saw like Patty join the server, I'm like, what's going on? Like, as I saw like Patty join because I mean, it's a group of players you would not necessarily expect, but it makes sense to see them play together. But yeah, still an interesting team nonetheless.
Do you have any expectations going in between some of the teams that are kind of playing, like in terms of well, actually, before I do anything, actually, we do have Gibbler here for an interview and for a special video that he has blessed upon his teammates for Anglerfish Holding that it is demanded that gets played. I think you might have to.
Okay.
I think you might have to release the video, man, and just let it rip, dude.
All right, playing it. We're off for a bit.
Nice again. Well, basically, Anglerfish and me wanted to tell you to put on your game face shirt.
Oh no.
God.
And get ready.
I'm ready to play this shit.
You know what I mean? You have a competition coming up. Rest in peace to your cat. It's tough when you lose pets. They're like family. Either way, make that cat proud.
It's killing me.
All right? We need you in the RGL League. All right? We got to do this, bro. Okay? Do it for Jonathan Ray, Shoe Nice, and everybody else. Thank you.
You're back live.
And
Wow.
that,
That's something.
I did not expect. I did not expect Shoe Nice to be making an appearance here tonight. But we also do have Gibbler here tonight for an interview for his team because he loves his team and it's his baby. Gibbler, how are you doing, sir?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, thanks for having me. Like my voice might sound a little bit rattly. Been at a career fair doing some recruiting today, not for Anglerfish, to be clear. But yeah, really excited to be here. Excited to see my new investment. Paid for 51.00003% of their league fee, so I do have the controlling stake. I like to think. But yeah, I'm really excited to see an Anglerfish team actually get some wins and invite.
Yeah, so that is interesting because I don't think there's a single face here on Anglerfish Holdings that we have seen on the Anglerfish teams of the past. So is this just kind of a restructuring of the company or what's going on there?
Yeah, just wanted to, I saw an opportunity. I saw a bunch of, really cool names, Froyo Tech, Global Clan, et cetera. And I just saw one team named Team. I was like, well, I sense an opportunity here. So, yeah, to get in at a pretty low price. I did offer $100. Soar misread it as $300. So we met in the middle at 162.01 or something like that. So, but, at the end of the day, it's free money. I don't think they were very excited to represent just being just teams. So, all benefits to them, really. Think about it.
One thing I do have to ask is like, how did this come to fruition? Was it just kind of like were they already making a team and you just kind of had to enact a business deal? Like, what kind of happened in that scenario, in that whole scene?
Yeah, they're already making a team. Thankfully, the one team to round out invite. If they didn't have 6 teams, then they were going to like force merge advance and invite. So really glad they came together, and wanted to give some financial rewards for stepping up at the right time. So Soar Denisovich, a former Anglerfish associate, said that soar is extraordinarily Chinese and extraordinarily skilled. So, he was also a big supporter of the GGL back during season 12. So, I think I expect great things from soar and the other people in the team.
Yeah, I mean, definitely good players. I think they're going to be the favorites going into this. But what does your controlling stakeholder ownership kind of look like? I mean, do you have much of a say in who's on what class and what maps they get to scrim, things like that?
No, I'm more of a silent investor, really.
Oh, you're BlackRock. Okay.
Yeah, it's more like it's more like spiritual control rather than like actual any say or stake.
Spiritual control. I don't know what's funny. The fact that you said spiritual control or you said, or he's extremely Chinese and very good.
I did see him at LAN. Can confirm that he was extremely good, extremely Chinese, and sits extremely close to his monitor.
That is true, actually. Yeah.
How close we talking? We talking like CS:GO?
Insanely like
comparable to.
It's like his monitor is like goggles or something. That's like how close it is to his face.
Well, we are going live here. Thank you, Gibbler, for giving us that insider scoop.
Thank you.
And yeah, Jamon, who do you have your eyes on this mid?
Honestly, I'm looking at Fancy Son. Probably this entire mid. One thing I really like is I'm glad I'm seeing some of the boys actually go ahead and start to replay in the invite. So I'm expected to see some good stuff coming out from him today. Especially because
going to be Robotnik behind early, NIT. Actually just going to waddle out for the pack. Meanwhile, Fancy bombing to height, and it's actually going well for Anglerfish. Global Clan here. Looks like they're going to win the first. Mid seed's very low, Psy very low, both having to back out. And with the 2-for-1 soldier trade, not a explosive mid necessarily, but definitely still a comfy first step here for Global Clan Zhao.
Everyone gets one.
Gets one. What was it, Zam and Patty?
Fine.
If anything, a little too quick.
Not worried at all.
Kind of how it was, at least for that mid.
Not worried at all.
Seemed like there was miscommunication in terms of what we wanted to do, but we didn't really lose anybody else. We are looking at Uber situations, which is going to be solid coming in for the side of Global Clan Zhao to kind of make something happen, do a little classic sack. It is processed though, so we are also going to be in a period where they might just stalemate for 5 to 10 minutes at a time.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Moose Peak and Choke, trying to see what's up. Okay, double soldier through Choke. And they find the force. Okay. Kind of exact opposite of what we were worried about there with the stalemate. Just immediate double soldier. And notably as well, Robotnik there went for
just plus 2 soldiers. We're okay with this.
Rocket,
we're okay
bomb,
with this.
Which I was noticing more. Ooh, counter Russian finding Menage. I was noticing that more the Aussies were doing at Denverland. I'm sure other people have been doing it before that, but nonetheless, with the spawners now, we're seeing the refight with Ad from Blue.
And it looks like it's going to be slow and steady. Patty might lose his life, gets out with 10 HP. Wait, that's crazy. With an aggression going immediately onto Dinko. He lives as well. Nice live coming out from Dinko. Good little death ball coming out from the team of Zhao, just keeping their people alive. Fancy Sun getting early information to kind of see where everybody is. And, just as we're seeing it, though, we are still seeing Anglerfish Holdings actually hold the Uber or at least build the Uber pretty well. Zam's trying to be proactive, make something happen, gets eaten up by Moose, but that slight stall makes it so we are going to actually go ahead and see Anglerfish get this Uber and maybe try to
that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see.
We do lose Tiny as well, as we are starting to see a little bit of push and pull coming.
Oh my God, Pablo! Another great shot.
Ahead and showing the
applause
dominance just from his Highlander gameplay, but we are still looking at even Uber ads here, Rumpus.
Yep, and honestly, actually, some pushing here from the red team, and they find that, they lose Psy.
Oh my!
Fancy goes down, but that's still a favorable trade overall for Global Clan. Obviously going to want to do things in the last. Moose, no holds barred, is in. Probably more than happy to take an exchange here. And this is going to be the blue team using
It's fine. Completely fine.
No
worried at all.
So the advantage is kind of gone. That's the kind of exchange you either get out of the way instantly, so you have some post-Uber without the spawners, or you try not to exchange at all. Unfortunately, it was kind of the middle ground there.
You know, yeah, for the most part, it was, at least in terms of what was happening within the exchange, it kind of just played the way it played out. Which, I mean, at least for this case, you really couldn't find any kills. You had to make something initiate. It did suck at one point that Minaj was trying to push through 3 and just met his fate to Patty as soon as he was coming to come back as well. But we are going to see somewhat similar Uber situations. We do see a gun up, so they are going to go ahead and just, I say they, but Anglerfish is going to go ahead and take this initiative to just hold last and see if they can try to hold it out for either the next 2 minutes. I say that though, but Minaj actually is on sniper and gets a pick on the Patty. Nice little opener. They still have a gun, so they do have to bully the gun if they want to try to get Minaj into a comfortable situation. But we got doors locked up. Gun finally goes down.
Could see a soldier go. Minaj trying to peek 1 though. Ooh, there's definitely a sight line there. Finds the scout. Patty's just now spawned, so it's still only down 1.
Everyone gets 1. It's fine.
There, but Seeds nonetheless gets forced. Moose able to shove the door there with the assisting distraction bomb from Robotnik as well. So gonna be full ad now for Global Clan Zhao, and it doesn't look like Anglerfish.
That never happens on land. Never happens on land.
They just want to set up on last.
You know, that was nice. Minaj went for like a little hero shot, so everyone was focused onto him, and nobody, for the most part, was able to see Robotnik just take initiative of the situation. But full ad, walking into it, we are getting buffed slowly and steadily. Let's Fancy Son might be the only one who's not getting the buff here. Just as I say that, that's not true. We are using Uber through 4. Gun goes down. We do see some people in height. Side guys going ahead and locking it down, not letting anybody cross, still trying to fight. Heavy up in heaven. We are seeing Moose and Tiny go down, but no soldiers coming in for the side of Anglerfish Holdings. We are seeing Dinko at 70, roughly 7. Ooh, gets mean piped by Side Guy, is also going to lose his life. And Minaj and Robotnik are going to be the only few alive going in here. It doesn't look like we're trying to do any kind of shove of anything. We're just kind of taking our time, stepping back, reuniting with our team. But full ad for the side of Anglerfish.
Yeah, pretty comfortable hold. And to be honest, the push just kind of seemed like it slowly fell apart. You have Minaj on sniper here. This ad not going to be playing in the forwards, going to be playing instead by choke, which has its advantages. I mean, you can't just immediately resupply. However, the other team's not going to be automatically clearing it every single time. Nonetheless, it's going to be a pop through Uber IT. Not going to find anyone. So now it's going to be 50 ad, actually more like 40, 30-ish ad for Dinko, with Blue still having a sniper. So it's going to be somewhat of a liability if they try and push with this, although honestly, process choke is not that bad to have a sniper in.
No, it's not especially with Patty being the first one in the sideline, just kind of happens. But we are seeing Zam make some noise, getting some early damage, puts Tiny at 80 HP, but isn't going to have the fallout or the following to go ahead and secure a kill. Dibbity could stall. That's the main, that's the main thing he's trying to do, is give his team enough time to see if we can build this Uber for a second, which the way that they're building, it is possible unless we are seeing some momentum coming from the side of Zhao. But from that point being said, we are getting, both sides are going to have Uber. We are seeing some slight pushing for the side, but it's not really. No, we're just getting information now on the side of Zhao, trying to work with.
They were just happy to transition this into a even Uber sniper, because this is like such a brutal point to hold against the sniper at times. You just have to get like very proactive on other doors. Your soldiers have to be doing a lot of bombing, a lot of fade bombing, and things like that. We are seeing this upper IT hold, which you'll see teams definitely pull out against the sniper, just because the sewer peak is just so free and hard to deny that you just want to hole up your medic somewhere a little safer.
What's interesting too is that we're seeing Minaj peek from sewer, so he's essentially just trying to control this whole sight line. They know he's there; they're not going to peek.
Yeah, I like the IT hold.
Looks to be
I'm a fan.
In a corner. To just see if he can prioritize someone just being put out of position, which this is actually going to go. Oh, just as I said that, actually. It was looking really good until we did not. Until it wasn't. I thought Robotnik was going to trade out his kill.
Let's go.
I don't think he did for the most part. I might have just missed it, but everyone else pretty much just turned into a miniature blender and got picked in different positions, which ultimately gave Anglerfish some time to just collect room and not even have to use Uber.
Go now. It's going to be an Anglerfish sweep.
Because surely
Anglerfish sweep incoming.
On the sink there heard that their med was an upper IT. So I'm sure that Global Clan Zhao had that information. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised to see it go poorly there. Nonetheless, shoes on the other foot now. Still even Uber's stalemate on mid. However, going to be Anglerfish Holdings with the midpoint and no sniper this time around, at least not yet.
But I think so. One thing that I hate this point so much, but one thing about this is we are starting to see some pressure coming out from Al Qaeda. Most likely going to try to send a soldier through. You know what? I'm assuming things. I'm not going to assume. I'm just we'll wait for it to happen. We see Zam through choke gets the
let's go.
Gets the pick onto Minaj right onto the floor and is going to ultimately live within that too. And we are losing Moose, a pick from Pablo, and then we are looking at Anglerfish just get super aggressive. Patty getting tons of damage right through two, getting another pick on the fancy. Some of the domination. That is super pressure in the last. Leave a scout to cap. Go ahead and take over lobby and just be quick and dominant as possible. We might get the pick on the Tiny too. Zam high in the sky. Tiny is going to get a flash. Robotnik loses his life. Uber does come out. It's going to be better.
It's over. That's a round.
This post is pretty much going to be all she wrote. No Dinko as well.
What?
Soar and Pablo
Oh my. Oh, Psy guy. Psy. What the fuck happened there?
From both of these scouts is
Seeds. Let's go.
Hold up.
0.
Seeds. I think they know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get out and meet with their people, and that's exactly what they
Good work,
do.
Seeds. Good work.
Not only
still gonna be some ad.
That was a lot, Rumpus.
They like Anglerfish had
not
2
worried.
kills.
Not worried at all.
Basically full ad at the time of using. Somehow Psy was able to just miracle survive and find kills after. And the fact that Moose and Minaj were able to just clean up like 4 players in that post when everything was so poor. That was just crazy.
It very much was looking dire along that whole situation, but we, because Seeds was able to because they were able to live, they are able to go ahead and solidify Uber ad again. But after that push, I don't know if it's going to be as dominant as we are going to just go ahead and rip the Uber through 4, get the gun, take the Uber, go left side. Zam and Pablo are going to get washed by Robotnik. Fancy Sun goes ahead and gets traded out from Soar, but Patty also dies as well. An Uber ad situation that just turns sour because of the post. But Psy Guy is still alive. They know he's alive. They went ahead and just cleaned him up. They said, where's the
another kill for Seeds? It's that easy.
Yeah, Robotnik trying to find Seeds there, ends up just cratering. Hits the rocket, but like Seeds was healthy enough to live, so it's really no winning there. And denying the Psy forward spawn's quite nice. There's no traps, so as long as you can get past the soldiers and their spam, then you have nothing to worry about with your push. And they are able to do that. It's a little sketchy, but Patty and Zam actually kind of overstay their welcome there. They were getting good damage, so it's easy to kind of just stay in and be like, oh, this is going well for me. But no, they both die. And it's going to be Global Clan Zhao already through choke. They are definitely pushing the pace. Now, if they try and take this into last, they're going to be pushing it. They're definitely looking like they're slowing down.
With a Pablo 2K incoming.
Evens into last, so the tracking there definitely accurate from Dinko. But yeah, we'll see what they do in the last.
Even Ubers, we are seeing Robotnik in heaven. He is found out trying to go ahead and make a situation, turn it fruitful. Does end up trading his life for the Psy Guy, and everyone else is just trying to utilize a 5-man. Okay, so that was actually pretty cool. We saw a 5-man get utilized. You're not really seeing a lot of 5-mans, but the Dinko
this is not like scary.
Is it a 6-man?
It's a very scary.
It's a 6-man.
Yeah, I think in a 4-man. Then playing on the IT pack makes some more sense. But against the 5-man, yeah, there's really no reason a soldier can't just like fast roll out to mid. And if you're there, then you're there.
Quite philosophical by Wild Rumpus.
Lucas Sickle in the chat just said something crazy. Oh my god, but we are seeing Anglerfish use Uber through lower IT. They go ahead and get the gun through forwards. That is going to stop a little bit of their momentum for this Uber utilization that they went ahead and utilize, but it's not going to go ahead and kill anyone. It is primarily just going to go ahead and get space. We are seeing roughly about 30 ad coming out from the side of Global Clan Zhao, but it's all about how they want to use it, especially because now we are going to go ahead and see Anglerfish try to go ahead and set up some things in motion, some steps, some booby traps that it's going to make it a little bit unbearable for the side of Zhao to push out a second, especially because Rumpus, this is like if you can't dry out of here, man, you just use them from lower and you're just trying to catch whoever's in choke.
Yeah.
And if you're not killing people, you're just leapfrogging.
Which tends to be no one unless the other team's like bad. Yeah. Minaj is defensive sniper here. Gun is being built. Not on the point, but on the floor to the left of it.
Honestly, wise move by Global Clan.
Different teams, especially the by teams, pull out gun spots like this, and like I'm sure they're fine, but I don't think that any gun spot is going to make up for just having really, really good pressure on the point. Bombed in here, so this is looking like a potential 3-man at the very least. 4-man. Dinko in the dispenser armor there. Coming in clutch, so it is just an immediate 4-man, and that will encourage the push out.
I'm actually surprised that there's no Iron Man skin. There's no Iron Man hat, no suit, no nothing, no Halloween, no robot armor. I'm surprised that's not a thing, but regardless, it doesn't matter. We are seeing Minaj back on sniper riding through choke. It is going to actually go ahead and give Anglerfish the time to get aggressive. Uber is actually going to be a lot better for the side of Anglerfish as well. It's all about how this post is pretty much just going to unfold. Side guys trying to lock him out. We do actually see a double come in from the soldiers coming from Zhao. Beautiful little collapse. Beautiful collapse from both the soldiers coming out. Minaj gets a nice little shot on the Pablo. Moose getting cleaned. Oh, and Minaj is in the stinkers.
That is crazy.
Everyone gets one.
I really liked what
Zhao
did there because they realized, like, we're getting nice flashes. Oh, look at Minaj, actually. Yeah, I was kind of hoping for someone to get forwards there, I think, because now it's not as likely. No, it looks like people will peek into 2. But there is a fully charged sniper. That's just so brutal. That's why snipers is cringe. But what was it? Man, I forgot my train of thought.
Hey, listen, here's what's worse. What's worse, you bombing into 2 scouts or the sniper full body charge shot?
I much prefer, because like when you bomb into scouts, it's like, okay, I'm stupid because there's a scout standing there. But Pablo actually winning the SBS here.
Damn, that shot was so good.
And get just body shot, it's like, okay, well, there just was a sniper that existed somewhere.
Dang, that shot from Pablo was so good. It made our producer say, "Ooh." Zam went. No, that's killing me. That's frying me. Jay. He said, "Ooh." No soldiers for the side of Anglerfish, especially on last. That's not optimal. We are still having a soldier from Pablo. We are actually seeing Fancy Sun get some early damage on the side guy. Managed to get the kill. They haven't even used Uber yet from Zhao. Just as I say that, an exchange happens. It is going to be better for the side of Zhao. It's all going to be about the post. You're going to have both soldiers back, but you do not have
that side.
It's going to be pivotal for how this post fight basically unfolds. Both the soldiers are in the air. Zam already weak, gets cleaned up by Moose. Robotnik gets killed.
Nice here, though.
Ooh, and we lose seeds from the soldier, aka Fancy Sun.
That was bad.
Managed to just collapse. No one accounted for Fancy Sun
play by Global Clan
and just being able to kind of pressure. It's kind of like a wave, like a tidal wave on the beach. They just went ahead and washed everybody. That was great.
Yeah, that was impressive.
The wave,
honestly, like I was expecting to see more point play with the demo being down. Obviously, like Scout was around the point, just kind of fighting on it, but the fact that Heaven in that area was able to get overwhelmed was really nice. And Zhao, not exactly the team I would have expected to get the first round here, but nonetheless are showing a lot of confidence. Is on this mid. They just juke under the double down. It's not going to work out well for them, however. So they're now down 3 on the wrong side of the mid. Dinko and 2 scouts. You know, a med and 2 scouts can really get away with a lot, but I'm not sure if... Actually, there's no scouts for the red teams. This is a somewhat more even fight. Sai trying to land a pipe, but this from Zam, 97% on Dinko, unable to even use to save himself. With that, it will be
Exam.
Sai going down behind. Seeds is alive and safe. So there's definitely some Uber advantage here for Anglerfish Holdings.
Oh my God. I did not. I love the market gardener. I love it just for that stupid reason right there. But we are and we we just
Very
saw
Chinese
Lamont
shots
get
right
double
there. I
scouted.
like it.
That was sad. They do manage to get the force out. We are actually seeing Tiny and Co go ahead and jump out, but we are actually seeing a little bit more aggression coming in from Anglerfish. Even though there's no Uber in play, there's time for a dry fight, and you know it's invite. And when you see a dry fight, you definitely want to take it, especially if everyone's on the same page and want to do it versus the other divs. What's nice is we are looking. Minaj gets picked in lobby. A nice opening pick from Soar as well. Going ahead and getting rid of that Dom as well. But we are still seeing ad for the side of Zhao. So if anything else, you do have to respect the Uber ad, especially with an invite, especially if people know what they're doing. But it's all about if they're going to do things. You know, what are some other plays? We want to be proactive. So are we going to go for a force? Are we going to try to force behind? Are we trying to go for a pick and try to adapt as we go? There's a lot of things that we definitely can see from Anglerfish here, Rumpus.
Yeah, and with Global Clan Zhao, I mean, we as the spectators know there's not a push happening because that engineer was building the gun that whole time. And I definitely agree with what you say about those dry fights. Like, if you can safely disengage from a dry fight or even just like play the counter aggression after losing a guy or something like that, nothing catastrophic, then they do become like very free opportunities.
It's nice to see. It's nice to see with an invite whenever they take dry fights. It is. That's why I love watching invite. Minaj actually gets picked off. He was on sniper by Patty. Nice pick. What I love seeing with invite when it comes to a lot of dry fights is that it is definitely a setting to where if everybody's on the same page, where if I feel like you see that within lower divs, especially we see it all the time. Not everyone is going to be especially on the same page, but you know. That's something we can talk about later, especially with Psy Guy losing his life to Fancy Son.
Nice bomb on the
Going in,
moose.
peeking a door. Fancy Son managed to just take advantage of that and find his opening pick. Minaj losing his life, turning this into an equal 4v4. No Tiny either. The Uber is out, but the Uber is going to be a lot better for the side of Zhao. And with this, they only have Fancy. They have 5 seconds for a respawner. Fancy basically has to do some kind of footwork along with the med to try to get something going. Getting eaten up by both scouts. We do see both scouts coming for the respawn. Let's shoot it on the point.
Oh, fuck.
It's going ahead. It's solidifying the last point. Like
Patty's in.
Oh my goodness.
That is insane.
Fucking moose, man.
That is crazy.
Razor wire margins there.
A fucking moose boomed us. He's so good.
Against time itself.
He's so
it's like
good.
I'm watching the Netflix show Sandman.
So good. He's so good.
Crazy dude.
I was really surprised to see the Uber commit from
Anglerfish.
I think they were maybe trying to save Zam, because I think if they save Zam there with the Uber, then it's like guaranteed, or like they're far more likely to get that round there. But it's kind of tough to actually pull off that maneuver.
It was, yeah, because the way I will agree, the way that they came through 5, it did make it. Excuse me, it did kind of make it seem like they were trying to be in that motion of trying to save Zam. What I really thought was crazy is that despite it being Fancy Son, Ninko, and Seeds, and both the scouts, guaranteed you had more players try to, and we actually do get another Uber out just like that. But again, it's invite. These medics are going to basically build like their life depends on it. Uber does come out. It's going to be better for Zhao, but no picks actually. No one dies on the other side. Everyone just kind of loses health. Zam might be a victim. He is not going to be, but that is the thing, man. Especially with invite, you know, these men, they build Uber. They build it great. They're hard build. They do not dilly-dally. They make sure both teams can get Uber at an adequate time and in quick succession. We do see some pressure coming in. Patty does die by the gun, and that's going to be pretty much all she wrote. We're not looking to go ahead and sack anybody else, but I will say we are seeing solid Team Fortress 2 from both of these teams. It seems like in every case scenario, what it is, it's always like a buzzer beater situation that's about to happen or that does unfold that I really love seeing from both of these teams.
Yeah, they're quite evenly matched, and I do like the idea of sending that build check, just because, I mean, hey, like it can work. But also, like, I mean, Minaj has shown there's actually another build check coming out. Again, this one not going to work in all likelihood. Because, yeah, Ubers into last when the other team has Uber don't tend to work. But Minaj has shown to be not only, like, good, but very happy to play sniper. So you can be build checking there, just kind of saying, like, hey, if Minaj is sniping here and your med doesn't tell him to get off and build, then we're gonna like win the round. Which obviously not the case here. Global Ken Zhao, a little too structured for that.
A lot of the times from what I'm seeing, like I said, buzzer beater moments, man. But also, what I really like from Zhao is they're able to prioritize collapses to a T almost. Or actually, nah, just to a T. I'm seeing it unfold on a lot of these last and the momentums, and it's exciting to see. We start off with another mid though. We are just trading a little bit of spam back and forth. We see Robotnik go for a fake commit, Fancy Sun another for a fake commit. Takes advantage of their awning though, loses his life for it because he got a little too aggressive. Pablo 12 HP, Sai also very low, but even that being said, still managing to pick up kills. Tiny is going to escape with 70 HP, and it doesn't look like any chasing is going to happen, but Anglerfish does have the car keys right now, so they are in the car seat, and it's a manual with Moose getting bullied! Absolutely bullied!
The scout's
And
down,
dying by
like it.
one, but not before getting the pick on the patty. So even though he lost his life, he managed to trade it out, which is still really good. Psy Guy is still bullying one. Both teams still have Uber, and with that being said, it looks like the bullying has stopped, and we're just reassessing the situation and healing, especially with Zam losing his life to Robotnik.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Fine.
definitely a reset here, but a lot of
We'll see off
there
class
out of
sniper
the
maybe.
mid from Anglerfish. And that mid could have gone either way, to be honest. I mean, Fancy Sun was
Okay.
first to go down, but
Oh yeah,
basically
it looks like
immediately
Pablo
after
up on
that,
sniper.
Sai was pretty isolated and pretty weak. So, in an alternate reality, that's just a soldier for demo trade. That mid is
Sniper v
much
sniper.
more playable, but here we are on
Oh.
last with Pablo.
Both Pablo
trying his
and
hand at
Naj
sniping
both been
into
hitting some
last
pretty
now
crazy
for the first
shots so
time
far.
this match.
I like to see, yeah, especially on the attacking side. You know, both of the sniper, Minaj and Pablo are both, you know, sniping extremely well. Tiny actually is going to be one of the few to go, one of the first, to go ahead and die, immediately pushing into last. Not what you want to see here. That is an opportunity if they want to take it. Robotnik almost could have been another person, but with him and the gun and Patty getting sniped and getting re-sniped by Pablo. Oh my goodness, chain reaction. Tiny is going to go ahead and get her spawn back as well. Manaj's going to get set on a little 16-minute spawner. Robotnik loses his life to Zam into 2. Not before Pablo get, oh my gosh, and they're trading. Zam out for blood.
Sentry gun.
He's going to go ahead and stop it along with the Spencer armor. He's not taking any kind of damage.
Thought he had that.
Yeah, and honestly, an opportunity like that, I mean, it's really sketchy for both teams because you're both down players. But I mean, when you're down a soldier and a scout, and you're still trying to get like an aggro sniper peek into last or 2, being supported by a soldier. I mean, if anyone on blue just decided to take the risk and like push for a flank, it's kind of a guaranteed force. But again, I mean, you don't want to be the guy who does that on your own last and then end up like losing because you just feed. But yeah, crazy stuff. Gonna reset anyway, so gonna be 2 minutes left in the round. Pablo is still sniping.
And we still have 3 minutes left, and we still have 3 minutes. Ooh, and Minaj finding it. Shot so good again, Jay said, ooh. It's, we are looking at about 3 minutes and 20 seconds left into the overall match time before it reaches overtime. But a lot of the times, these last pushes coming out from Anglerfish, it seems like they're stuck. And I get it. Everyone, it's process, it's stalemate. You're pushing process last, especially if they have Uber. It's just gonna
Process fucking sucks.
Rumpus, in your
map.
honest opinion, full blunt, the whole transparency, what do you think is going on with Anglerfish that they're not solidifying these last pushes?
With Anglerfish's last pushes? So I feel like theirs have been, like, honestly, if I'm Anglerfish, I wouldn't, okay, well, that one was bad.
I don't know.
That was like an attempted exchange, so
okay.
It works. And to be honest, I mean, this was a team that was 4-manning earlier. They had a 4-man go fantastically.
Okay, nice.
Zam finds the
right,
force,
Zam.
so I can't really hate that much. Yeah, I don't know. It seemed like a lot of their pushes, at least with the ads, it's like good enough, I'd say. Because on the flip side, though, like Zhao, despite being the ones with the round, I mean, some of their pushes just kind of fell apart.
Ooh, I would say, yeah, I'd say, you know, especially because a lot of times with Anglerfish, oh, just as I say that, actually, oh my God, there's so much damage in this choke right now. But no, I definitely would agree because especially with a lot of the momentum that we see from Anglerfish, I feel like some of it, I wouldn't say mismanaged sounds wrong to say, but it's, oh, and that trap did not kill Patty. Oh, if Tiny watched that trap, Patty would have turned into 4th of July fireworks. But I feel like a lot of times too, when we're looking at some of these pushes from Anglerfish for sure, it feels like prioritization in terms of who and what we need to kill. Oh, and Zam just managed to.
Oh, oh, it's huge. What a fucking drop. Holy shit. Let's go.
Oh,
It's always
that's
nice
crazy.
when something
Goes
exciting
in.
happens and your mic just like turns into. I don't even know how to describe it.
Oh my God. I don't think, dude, I like
You know
cut
when
out
you
or
like
something.
like the Photoshop filter of like emboss that like just makes the image super just like weird looking. It's like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, it's the fact that he got to do that. He got to literally be 007. Guaranteed they used Uber on air. No, I'm kidding. Oh my God. But along that line, even so, with that being said, we're looking at my mic is like cutting out. This is funny. But we are looking at ad, but this is another opportunity for a drop fight where no Ubers are in play.
I was just hitting
Zam and
everything,
Patty
fuck.
getting some space in the air. Patty gets eaten up by Moose on heavy. He's got the 98% tracking Kovacs.
Ooh, Zam though, is this gonna get cleared? Oh, it sure does.
But wait,
Losing for
Heavy is kinda
soldiers.
fire,
That's
though.
tough.
Wow. Might need
That
to
is a good
steal- what
spawn,
is it, the
though.
Purity Fist. I might need to steal that set. That was crazy. And we're also
I'm
going
like
into
really
overtime.
washed if I don't know my heavy items.
Dude, listen, it's just I'm the same way about like Soldier and Spy. There's some hats on both of those classes. I don't know what's going on there.
Well, we are officially in
Right,
overtime,
yep.
so
In banny time now.
you're still somewhat comfortable if you're Anglerfish, since you have mid. You get to kind of set the pace here, do what you want. But yeah, you need to get 2 here at some point. Whereas Global Clan Zhao, you know, they just have to weather the storm, either reset to a mid or manually push a mid after some failed pressure, something like that, and off to the races.
What's going to
That's
be
math.
interesting too is that now that we're officially in overtime, both teams can pretty much set the pace depending on how they want to go about it. But we are going to have to see Anglerfish and Zam out with this spoon, dude. See, what's funny for me is that I just love seeing a dude come through choke and it's just a soldier model with a spoon just holding out. Man.
Something about the soldier just holding the spoon midair, it just looks so dumb. Like, it just doesn't look like there's any thoughts going on behind that.
It looks like it's like heavy when he stalemates and he has his arms in the air. It's the same thing, dude. Oh
I wonder if it was intended to be I mean, it was definitely not a very inspired sack, to be clear. Just random bomb through choke spoon out. But it was probably motivated with the intention of coming up sniper here.
Oh, Zam on sniper.
Take the first peek. It's a body shot on Moose, no kill, and the immediate counter aggression from Fancy.
Oh my!
Oh Jesus!
Zam had Dinko in the spotlight. That was scary.
Maybe an IT shove actually.
Tiny is headshot and 37 HP and cannot leave behind the shield on him. Needs to get a bow or else it could be. Oh, actually, just as I say that, Uber does come out, forcing an exchange of some kind. Dinko high in the sky, but is still going to live. Still has Uber. Yeah. It's not going to be anything along that line. But
positioning not bad for Anglerfish here.
Probably, unless they find
clean up.
They're going to trade 2 for Patty. Okay, they find Soar. It's even numbers, but Pablo's in on Dinko actually. And that kill suddenly makes things a lot easier. Zam's gonna go down on sniper, so it's just seeds inside.
Luckily no soldiers really cut him off.
There from Anglerfish, but Zhao were able to just find those kills and kind of neutralize that. As Sai basically just holding W here. Actually, a little bit of an early death from Tiny. Sai was absolutely trapped off there and like guaranteed to die.
Damn, get forwards. I can't. Nah.
Managed to surf it out too, which is crazy. But now we are looking at some, I wouldn't say significant ad, roughly about It's really not significant ad coming out from the side of Zhao. If they want to do something with it, they can. They are going to go ahead and do the double soldier again. A nice surf from Seeds as both the soldiers go ahead and die from Zhao, which is going to prompt Anglerfish to pressure, especially that now it's a 6v4. Now, we can look at the... Ooh, and it looks like a trade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Very
okay.
aggro.
Very aggro trade coming in. Just wanting to get the Ubers out of the way. I like it, though. You wait till your spawns are at 8 seconds. You use the
Dinko's
Uber.
caught, though.
Oh.
He tried to stutter step the traps, but Sai was a little too on top of it, and now things are going very terribly.
That's big.
For Zhao.
Keep Seeds alive here.
Try some salvage and choke as
with the
Anglerfish
pine.
Fancy on the flank is spotted, is getting dealt with 2v1.
Alright,
Find
perfect.
the trade. So yeah, I mean, if there was ever a time for some momentum to maybe score around for Anglerfish, and it'd be here.
This is where Gibbler makes his money back. I swear, if there was DraftKings for TF2, he would be the umpire. He would be the all-knowing. he would have actually me too.
Me too.
Regardless, though, like you said, if there's any time for momentum, it definitely would be now, especially because we're looking at significant ad, roughly about 60-ish ad coming in from the side of Anglerfish. A time to prove themselves and try to get a solidified last hold to put themselves on the board in this.
I don't really know much about the history of the Yellow Turban Rebellion. I just know it's like playable even in Dynasty Warriors, so I don't actually know any of the historical context.
Love to see it. Sam going to go ahead and lose his life.
Oh, what happened? How
for the point, and everyone else is just getting
no kills out of that? Man.
Yeah, that did not work out too well. Sam hit like some kind of speed shot or something, but just instantly.
Oh, it's a disaster.
The other team is rotating too, which in some cases probably gonna like do quite well, but in that case he ended up just dying, maybe hitting a rocket because of the whole Buddha situation. But denying a demo and a med means it's basically a free push into 2. Sniper gets dealt with. I think Fancy even saw him back spawn, so very, very safe push. And now momentum on the other foot. And keep in mind, if it's Global Clan Zhao that find a round here, then it's game over.
That being said, both soldiers making space, Robotnik making more space than most. I will also say alongside this line, it is now a entire leapfrog. We're looking at the same situation we did about 4 or 5 minutes ago. Where
I mean,
they have ad, they know exactly how they want to push it. They go through one. Uber
really, the gun's coming up a little bit late.
We haven't gotten the gun yet, but we're getting traps on point, bullying the point.
Even the level 1's like pretty annoying though, honestly.
Sam might be one of the first that gets eaten up. Is absolutely going to be happening. Tiny also dies as well, but they clean up Patty. Heavy is up. That is going to be
still got Sai.
Both soldiers try to
Oh,
getting early
fuck.
damage with the
Pablo.
scouts getting onto the
Soar, come on. China.
Soar and the heavy is it gonna
Let's go. China number 1. China number 1.
Oh
man.
China number 1.
Yeah, if
let's
they were
go.
able to find just a sliver of cap time in between that
Let's fucking go, Soar.
first attempt and
Clutch.
the last attempt we saw there, would have been enough. And we saw Fancy actually above the other team's spawn in a really great position. The collapse just was barely not good enough. Because I mean, Med Scout versus Med Scout or Med Scout versus Med Heavy, like much more even there. But yeah, the 2v3 a lot harder to win.
Yeah, that was from the side of Zhao. They managed to go ahead and overwhelm in the right places in the right positions, but it seemed like some people just died a little bit too quick, which out of their control, especially because of how Anglerfish was just kind of prioritizing kills within that situation, and who needed to be prioritized so that they didn't get immediately capped on and lost. But same situation, same setup. We're looking at ad. Significant, not as much ad as we were seeing literally for 2 minutes ago from the last push, but Anglerfish gets another try and another attempt to see if they can try to get
it's only like 10 ad at this point. It's gonna be tough.
Getting this gun, trying to go ahead and get it.
Really don't think it's
ad,
ad, right? Okay, yeah. Just gonna send a sack, I think.
Trying to blow through the doors, and both teams are
that's fine.
actually going to get Uber.
Good spot right here.
Zhao is going to get Uber throughout all that. So
Boys, get the last.
They stopped rushing.
With the last.
We are just seeing
GG.
them take their time and see how and what exactly they can get away with.
It's just like disciplined actually for, I think it was Sam, to like be in spamming the gun down, which is normally like a play you do when you're about to take an Uber or something like that. But just realizing it's not enough ad for us to push. Doesn't matter that much if I die, I guess, but I can like take a lot of space through this door because
Okay, well,
respect.
classic double.
I think what's also interesting too is that from how
Process fucking
what's
sucks.
really interesting too is that you mentioned it earlier.
And probably sniper again.
I kind of
It's
question
gonna be Minaj on
what
sniper.
I'm seeing is like, why aren't we seeing the same kind of situation from Anglerfish where they're utilizing the resources or their teams use resources, and we're not seeing like a classic 3-man or a 4-man. Well, I mean, guaranteed we saw it from Zhao. Zhao is a team that would definitely take the initiative and be a little bit more proactive and just say, hey, you know what, we're going to do
Did see
a
the
5-man.
4-man from we saw the
never
4-man
tried
from
it
Anglerfish
again, but
already.
I'm not seeing that
Didn't
being
go that well,
utilized as
but
much from Anglerfish. I don't know if it's most likely just because where it's so close and they don't want
like
to
once
have
or
to
twice,
just
right?
throw 4 players out the door and they want to just take their time and see if they can kind of play more for picks, or if they're pretty much just tired of trying to rush through a lot of these last pushes to where they're not really getting a lot of value.
We do have Pablo sniping here. Minaj counter sniping. Anything we haven't seen before. Bit of an athletic bomb there from Zam. The Spencer armor, though, is really something there. I still don't like understand fully how it works with Splash. Obviously, Denko did not get Splash there at all.
Yeah, the Spencer armor feels like really inconsistent. I don't know. Got to do some science on it.
But yeah, I mean, as far as a single sack's concerned, that was not shabby. But still, like minute 45 left. Probably want to do more than just not so shabby single sacks.
You know, and they're definitely taking their time. Oh, but wait, hold up. We see Zam is on Spy now, though, Rumpus. This could be, and Spycicle, this could be legendary.
Ooh,
and
dispenser armor down.
Too. No, dispenser armor, this could be crazy. Unless they, when Robotnik did not know this.
Oh, did he bump?
This could be legendary.
I think he got by.
And, okay, goes for the decloak. Dinko seems unaware. Yeah.
Yes, got it.
The sentry gets backstabbed. We are seeing more aggression here. Patty bombed in, 1 HP, gonna get cleaned up. So it's just two
Patty.
drop.
Okay, that's fine.
Which is very nice.
Regroup.
Notably, Moose did hear the decloak, started shooting the spy, but fortunately, there's usually some latency with voice calls on Discord and whatnot. So Denko was unable to receive that signal by the time the deed was done. And now it's going to be full
Telegram did not
for
reach
Anglerfish. Real
destination
chance to tie things
time.
up here.
Lucky. Right.
I'd say.
All right. Last push.
We are looking at ad.
80 ad.
We are looking at ad again, especially with the side of Anglerfish. They use it. Comes through 4. Utilize. We are going to go again and get the gun early. Uber is still in play. Now immediately fading out a lot of
got the point time.
Zam and everyone else just getting into
Good
the
bomb by
phase where
Fancy.
point
Holy
pressure
shit.
is massive, and it is going to be the official first onto the board, putting the momentum into the hands of Anglerfish Holdings. Gibbler is rubbing his hands together, and because you already know, he bet $500 onto this parlay.
Yeah, and I mean, momentum as well is something to consider, because it was looking like Global Clan Zhao pretty confident in the early half of this game. Obviously, they got the first round, but before rounds were scored, they looked just more comfortable in a lot of their fights. But it's kind of been stopped for the time being. Fancy going for his patented there.
Okay.
Landing on
Gabo soldiers.
Gonna be
all in front.
Scout for soldier.
Real multi-threat here.
Both
Just
teams more than
kind of out there.
This. It's gonna be Moose on height,
and to get the Moose.
The flank here, eating some damage. Bomb in now.
Oh, nice bomb on the net.
It's a decent rocket.
Damage onto Tiny.
But not really
okay.
Enough.
Yeah, probably just have to leave this now.
To have been worth it. So it will just be the red team leaving.
Just reset on second.
I love seeing
Not
how
that big of a
both teams
deal.
are very disciplined whenever they've realized that they've cut their losses. I feel like one thing you see within high invite is that whenever you see situations unfold to where it turns into like a 4v6 situation, they feel very confident in trying to engage in that fight with whether it's target prioritization or more. We see another double soldier right on
the we got the I don't like
and does absolutely get forced by the double soldier play. They do manage to lose both soldiers on the side of Zhao, but value. Oh, what you mean by that? We see that.
Like, what if they just don't go sewer, you know? Okay, he gets out at least. Yeah, I was very surprised actually that double soldier got value, because Zam was bringing seeds upper IT as that bomb was going off. So I thought both soldiers were just going to bomb right past, but no, it was. In fact, I think Fancy was the one who got one of the blue soldiers just found Seeds in lobby. That being said, full dry push through 1. However, Seeds gets Uber in time, which is
big. Oh,
remarkable,
flag. Okay.
actually.
Took
I
so
did
much
not
damage,
expect
though.
that to
That's
happen at
rough.
all. Patty will be spawning, so it's even numbers here. Pablo in deep, trying to find a kill, but ends up being the kill. Patty pretty low as well. Zam goes down. Suddenly it's down 3 for the red team. At this point, you can kind of just recoup. If you're Global Clan Zhao, just readjust. Get ready for the collapse. A lot of cap time coming out. And it is going to be a 2-1 game in favor of
fucking
Global
God,
Clan
man.
Zhao.
A very exciting game. I'll be honest with you. I was not expecting Zhao to win this. So it is exciting to see that. And that's just on paper. That's just on the paper. I'm not no BM, no nothing. But it's very, very exciting to see a team like Global Clan Zhao. First off, now I can be biased and say, shout out to you, Dinka. Shout out to Dinka. Love Dinka.
I don't love
also, it's very exciting to see a team like this from players who really haven't played with each other.
Oh my God.
Especially because I remember Fancy Son was talking about trying out for this team and how he wasn't feeling that at first. Excuse me. He didn't say he wasn't feeling that at first. He was saying that he was saying that he was kind of liking it at first. Excuse me. Let me not do something crazy, but he liked playing with the team. So it's awesome to see him play with these players, like a lot of these players. He might have played Pug Scrims or anything along that line with them, but it's very exciting to see this team get their win with an invite. I'm very proud of this team. I like this team. I'm a big fan.
True. And I don't think that it's like controversial or like a BM to say that on paper they should be doing worse, because like on the other team we have,
I mean, look, the team just formed
multiple invite winners main classing.
Yeah,
I mean Zam and
just give him a couple times.
Zam and Sai won invite last season on, I believe, these classes. I'm pretty sure Sai was on demo there. Patty, of course, is on Soldier here. Versus on Global Clan Zhao, like some move ups who like didn't even win advanced last season. So it's on paper, yeah, definitely an upset that I think Global Clan Zhao should be happy with. Now, one thing I'm scared of is when Patty invite teams lose, you see the roster shuffle, or rather the class shuffle. And I really don't want to see Anglerfish get into that, let me try playing this class. No, you play this class, I'll do this type of deal, because I don't know if I've seen it work.
I can agree. I do hope I do hope we don't see the shuffle in terms of, if this class doesn't work, let's go ahead and play this class. If this class doesn't work, let's go ahead and do this. I do think that the way that they have these classes right now, I do think the Soar, Pablo, Zam, Patty, Zam, Seeds classes that they are respectfully playing right now works well for them. I think that this game just wasn't their game. It wasn't their primary game along that line. It just seemed like, especially because it's invite, it's new, it's the I don't know what week this is. I'm gonna say this is the second week of going at it for invite, maybe third week. Fancy saying domination in the chat. I'm dead. But along that line, it is. Come on, Jay. What is this, dude? What do you have on the screen, Jay?
Man, keep going.
But along that line, I do think I do think that both of these teams, despite, because what do we say, like low, kind of mid-ish along that line between the two, I do think that the lineup that we will see, especially because we're a 6-team invite, I do think we are in the awe of seeing some potential upsets that could play, especially after a game like this. It may have been 2-1, but it was a very exciting 2-1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, there was a great game.
Oh, I'd say, was there anything that caught your eye more than anything in terms of like both the teams and how they played against one another, or is there anything you were really caught off by?
I am curious as to how serious Anglerfish were here tonight. Not to say that they were like messing around, obviously they were trying to win, but there were definitely some theatrics from like Zam, for example, with because that spoon feed through mid to switch sniper was not the first time he just solo bombed through choke with spoon out. The other one actually did find a kill, and there were just a lot of very inventive bombs where Zam really didn't care if he died or not, which I think can totally work. I'm not saying like he's trolling, but and it was cool to see. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes if like there's stakes, then you play a little more reserved, a little more scared. So I wonder if they were in good spirits about this game or what the deal was.
Oh, Jamon's power died, so just call. I guess you could do shout outs here.
What happened to my interview?
Sure.
Oh, it's that whole fucking match for the interview. Nothing. Like all I'm saying is,
Rumpus interview.
I'm definitely, taking this report into account for future payments as far as if we continue to invest deeply into this team in the future. But to kind of talk about this team came together like pretty much the last second. So just give them a couple weeks. This is like literally like the first week of invite, if I remember right. So I think they'll be fine. Just a little bit of a rough start, but I mean, they only have to beat 2 teams to make playoffs anyway, and after that, it's anyone's ball game. So
there we go. Yeah, I I don't want to necessarily say it, but it is funny how you have a team with multiple invite champions, and then you slap the Anglerfish brand on them, and then they just start losing.
Look, like I said, I control them spiritually, even if not directly.
As long as you can veto the patty class swaps, then I think these guys will be fine.
I can't tell them to do anything. I can.
Power just like flickered. My fault. That was crazy. Jay, why are you finding these pictures, man?
You gotta look.
Then go send it to me.
Oh my gosh. But no, I did manage to hear what you were saying, Rumpus, and I won't lie. I think one thing that's interesting to me too is that I don't know why I started off like that. It just makes it sound like I'm about to fit. But I think one thing that's interesting with the team, at least with both of these teams that we're seeing right here, is that with Anglerfish Holdings, with Global Clan Zhao, I think what's going to be really interesting is to see how some of these teams kind of hold up against some of the higher echelon teams within Invite as well. Like I'm actually, now that I've seen how Zhao has played against Anglerfish Holdings, I would love to see how they play against like I feel like saying Froyo is unfair, but I still would love to see how this team plays against Froyo, just to kind of see what expectations are there to be set and what we could potentially see going forward.
Yeah, I mean, man, it is kind of something that happens every season where in the early weeks, the mid-invite games look really fun and like you want to see how things shake out. And I guess like it is a natural thing that things will shake out eventually, but yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing how these teams match up with the rest of the field.
I will say, with that being said, too, before Jay gets crazy with this production, is there any? Do you have any shout outs, Rumpus? I guess before we go ahead and head out here along that line.
Shout outs to Giblert for joining us and giving us some wonderful context as to the conception of Anglerfish Holdings. And shout outs to KJR.
Shout out to Chalk. And yeah, shout out to Giblert for talking to us on the toilet earlier. because yeah, that was funny. But Fireside will still be here. We have more games planned. I would say just watch out for announcements or more. But this has been us tonight, Rumpus and Jamon. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you all next time.
Please join my prayer circle.
We're off. GG's.
Bro, you are insane, Jay.